Hey guys, it's Matt. Welcome to SpeedTutor, and today I want to show you an asset which is all about outlines. There's a free version and a pro version, and I'm going to show you both so you can compare the features. The great thing about Linework, it has fill effects, it has different outlines, you can customize the colors, which render layers are used, and lots of different customizations within different style fill effects. And it's one of the most popular outline solutions on the store at the very moment. And I'll put all the links down below, and you can even check out all the installation documentation, loads of documentation on how to enable this at runtime, change it with tweening, and there's even a comparison table on the website to show what's the difference between the free version and the pro version. So to get you started, so you do know the differences, they do support pretty much all the modern versions of Unity up to Unity 6. The free version does include the fast outline, which is just based on vertex extrusion, and it's quite fast, performant, and great for pretty much all-round stuff. The pro version does support soft outlines, wide outlines, edge detection, surface fill, vertex animations, alpha cutoff, and different features. And if you do like this video, be sure to throw a like and make sure you subscribe because it helps me out massively. And if you want to support the channel further, check out my Patreon too to over 230 different scripts, assets, and projects you cannot find anywhere else. So if you do want to get this started and you want to just check out the free version for now, you can search for free outline on the Unity Asset Store. I'll put the link below and you can add it to your assets and open it in Unity. When you're in Unity, it will open the package manager and show free outline. And in this case, it's in my project you just want to install and use. Now, when you've got it, you want to head to your PC renderer or whichever renderer you're using. And to find that, you can go to Edit, Project Settings, Graphics, and then find your RP particular asset, and then click on your RP asset. You'll see your RP asset down here, and you'll see the renderer that is connected. So in my case here, it's the PC renderer. Now, it's a render feature, so you can add this, and you can add something, in this case, called free outline. And once you've added that, you will see it added to the render list. It's got a bunch of settings that we need to create to make this happen, so we can just hit Create, and it will create a brand new free outline settings. And from there, you can add outline, and you just want to keep this on default, so it renders after post-processing. Now, you can see the settings as they go along, and you can see we can set a rendering layer. So which layer we want this to appear on. You can either use layer masks, or you can use render layers. So now, I just go on an object, and I've just created a layer called outline. So you can do that by clicking Add Layer in the inspector if you need to. But if I select outline, then I go back to the free outline settings asset that was created. We can choose what layer mask to add this on. So it's currently on nothing. I'll just click nothing, and I'm just going to set this to outline. So any object with that layer on it will be visible. Now, if we go back to the settings, you can change the color to whatever color you might want your outline to be. You can adjust the width of the line like so. So you can see it as we are and when we move out and zoom out. By default, on the render, when it's not occluded, you can see it can't be rendered behind other objects. Now, if we set that to say when occluded, it will render through those objects and not when we see it above. And you can choose to scale with resolution if you need something and more accurate, so you can see that in more detail. Then you've got other blend solutions, which if I make this a little bit thicker, you'll be able to see the pre-multiply, you'll be able to see additive, so you'll be able to actually see other assets through it or things behind it. You can adjust the different types of methods that we have. So you can have the vertex position, normal vectors, and other things that you can mess around with to see if it's something that's suitable for you. And you can either choose the constant screen size, so it will stay based on the size of the screen, or I quite like the scale with the distance. So as you can see the width here, it will stay no matter how far we get away from the objects in question. So I think this here is a great little solution if you want some nice little outlines, but we're going to go over the pro version now as well. I'll leave Linework in the description, which is the paid version of this asset, and you can download that and open that and import that into your project. Now, in exactly the same way that we did before, we can go to the PC renderer, which is usually in settings for URP, and then we can add a new render feature. So on the renderer, what you can see is we've got a few different variations. So just to let you know that fast outline is the same as the free outline. Then we've got a wide outline, which is an advanced outline that gives you a very smooth and performant outline, so even better than fast outline. We've got the surface fill, which is an effect that renders or fully fills the object with a pattern and different customizations there. The soft outline is a soft one ideal for glowy style outlines, and edge detection is an advanced full screen edge detection shader. So we'll start off with a fun one, which is surface fill, and we'll click create and you'll see this surface fill settings. You can click to add the fill and you can see that it adds over to the entirety of the screen, which is hideous, and I'm just going to hit nothing. In our case here, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to set the layer mask to outline. So then you can see how this looks with the funky fill that we've got. We've got all the same settings as before, and you can set the different pattern. So you can have this as completely solid, as checkerboard, as stripes, or even has a glow and even a texture. But we'll keep this on dots. I'll just have this as white. Now this is blue. Now what we've got an ability to adjust the frequency, we've got the ability to adjust the density, the rotation of the things, and even the offset. You can even have movement, so you can have that in a direction, and you can have the speed at which they move too. So you'll be able to see that in the scene when it's playing. You can see how I can adjust that, and you can adjust the direction of which they move. Now we'll take a look at the wide outline. We'll create a new one for this. And then I'll add the outline here, and I can see that I'm just going to set this to nothing and then outline. And in this case, it supports different things like vertex animations, GPU instancing, and other features. But we can set the wide outline, so we can set an offset from the actual object itself, set the width of how far that is away, resolution, and basic parameters to be able to adjust this too. So the soft outline in this case, you can see that here, and you can see the slight glow that we have around the object. You can adjust the width of it, and you can even adjust the intensity. So if you want to make that really quite subtle. And the last one I'm going to show is the edge detection, which we can add a new setting to that. And you can see the edge detection, which can make almost a stylized look of your entire scene, because this currently affects the entirety of our scene here. And you can open out the settings here, and you can choose the different techniques, so the Robert Cross or otherwise, and you can adjust the thickness of it. You can choose the edge detection color, and like I say, if it's black, it looks quite like a comic book or something like that. You can adjust the sensitivity of how much you want it to affect the objects, the distance mask, so the further you get away, you can adjust it to see how far or how close it starts rendering this feature. And you can put this on a layer too if it's something important to you. What you can do is you can look on the left hand side of the documentation, and you can choose to look at how to change the visuals at runtime, and you can find the specific settings as you can see here. You reference those, and then you can do things like changing the colors or any of the properties within each of these settings. Let's say you wanted your character to get close to this and only see the highlight when it happens, and I actually wanted to create a little script to show you how that you could use to turn layers on and off on specific objects that you might want to use. I'll add a new script and I'll call it trigger outline. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to have 3 private variables, which are all strings, and I'm going to have one called the outline layer name, default layer name, and the one that I'd set was outline, one default, and one for player just for our trigger event. You want to make sure you just have the private integer for the outline layer and the default layer, because to use the layer mask, that you need to be able to have that working. Then what we're going to do is we're going to set the outline layer and the default layer equal to layer mask.name to layer, and then we're going to specify this, which finds the actual value of the layer that these are on. Then what we're going to do is have a void on trigger enter and then collide other. Then we'll say that if the compare tag is the triggering tag, so player, we'll say that the game object.layer is equal to the outline layer. So when we enter this trigger, we're going to expect that we're going to set that layer to the one that we want, and it's going to make it appear. And then otherwise, we can just use on trigger exit, and we'll make sure that game object.layer equals the default layer. You want to make sure that the FPS controller you have, or whatever character that you're using, is tagged player when we use it. And in this case of my barrel here, I just removed the collider and just added a box collider and set that to is trigger. And this is going to work when we walk into it. I'm going to make sure that I set that to default, so it's not currently visible. I made sure that my box area is big enough when I walk into it. And now when we test this out, you can see this here. There's nothing appearing, and only when we walk into that trigger do we see that the highlight happens when we're in the closer proximity. And I do even have a full tutorial showing you how to make a Stalker 2 style interaction system, which you could use one of these assets for, based on the outline, which you might find really useful. So I will put this layer script on my Patreon if you find it useful, because it can be good for anything to be able to change layers for different aspects and objects. And let me know what you think down below if you like the look of this asset, because it's got loads of customizations which could be useful to you. Do check out all Unity's sales for this month and all the humble bundles down below. Massive thank you to all my patrons, special thank you to Verishutha and Party of 10 and everybody else who comes to watch the video. So don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Cheers.